Standard 12th, Subject Physics, 4th chapter, Thermodynamics. Let us see the introduction of this chapter. When a hot object is in contact with a cold object, then both the objects reach to same temperature after some time. The hot object gets cooler and the cold objects gets warmer due to exchange of heat between them. According to modern theory, heat is a form of energy. Similarly, work done by a system is converted into heat. Thermodynamics is defined as the branch of physics that deals with the concepts of heat and temperature and the interconversion of heat and other forms of energy. Thermodynamics is defined as the branch of physics which deals with the concepts of heat and temperature and the interconversion of heat and other forms of energy. Now let us see the next point, that is thermal equilibrium. So let us consider some of the examples in order to explain the term thermal equilibrium. When a piece of ice is kept in water at room temperature, the ice starts melting. This is because the water at room temperature transfers its heat energy to ice and helps ice to melt. Similarly, when hot water is mixed with cold water, hot water transfers its heat energy to cold water and the hot water cools down. So in both these cases, the systems will attain the same temperature, that is when ice is in contact with water, then after some time the temperature of both ice and water will become same. Similarly, when hot water and cold water are in contact, after some time the temperature of both will become same. And therefore we can say that in both these examples the two components reach a stage where there is no more transfer of heat. Thus, the heat is transferred from the substance at a higher temperature to that at a lower temperature. This transfer of heat continues till the level of heat content in both the substances is the same. Hence, the two substances are at the same temperature and they are said to be in thermal equilibrium. Now let us see the next important point, and that is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics, it is stated as, if two systems are each in thermal equilibrium with a third system, then they are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. If two systems are each in thermal equilibrium with a third system, then they are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. So in order to explain this zeroth law of thermodynamics, here we have considered three systems, that is A, B and C. So A, B, C, these three systems are there. In the first case, out of A, B and C, first of all, A and C are in thermal equilibrium. This double arrow represents that these two systems are in thermal equilibrium. Plus, that is together with this system, if we consider A and B systems are in thermal equilibrium. So in the first case, systems A and C are in thermal equilibrium. In the second case, A and B are in thermal equilibrium. Then we can say that according to zeroth law, out of these A, B and C, these three systems B and C will be also in thermal equilibrium, because initially A and C were in thermal equilibrium, then A and B were in thermal equilibrium. Therefore, these B and C must be in thermal equilibrium. So this will be the example of this zeroth law of thermodynamics. and thus the systems A, B and C are at the same temperature as they are in thermal equilibrium. This principle is used in the measurement of temperature of an object by the thermometer. When the thermometer and the body are in thermal equilibrium, the thermometer indicates the temperature of the body. Therefore, the temperature is a measurable physical quantity, and the science of measuring temperature is called as thermometry, which involves different temperatures, scales, and the methods of measuring temperature. So, the science of measuring temperature is called as thermometry, which involves different temperature scales and the methods of measuring temperature. Now let us see the next point, that is, what is the internal energy of any system. So every system, whether it is small or large, consists of a large number of molecules. The energy associated with the random disordered motion of the molecules of a system is called as internal energy of the system. The energy associated with the random disordered motion of the molecules of a system is called as internal energy of that system. The energy is different. This internal energy is different than the macroscopic ordered energy of a moving object. Now let us see some of the examples of this internal energy. When a glass of water is kept on the table, then it has no kinetic energy because water is not in motion. Its potential energy can also be taken as zero. So from kinetic theory, the water molecules in the glass at the given temperature move at a random speed. Hence, internal energy is the total energy of all its atoms or molecules. Second example, for an ideal monoatomic gas such as argon, the internal energy is the translational kinetic energy of the atoms having a linear motion, because in case of the monoatomic gases there will be only translational motion, and therefore the internal energy is the translational kinetic energy of the atoms having a linear motion. For polyatomic gases such as carbon dioxide, there will be rotational and vibrational kinetic energy in addition to their translational kinetic energy, because we know that in case of polyatomic gases there will be rotational motion, vibrational motion as well as translational motion, and therefore for polyatomic gas there will be rotational and vibrational kinetic energy in addition to the translational kinetic energy. In case of liquids and solids, we need to consider potential energy of the molecules due to intermolecular attractive forces amongst them. In case of liquids and solids, we need to consider potential energy of the molecules due to the intermolecular attractive forces amongst them, and this internal energy of the system is denoted by capital U. So capital U represents the internal energy of that given system.